Good morning. Oh, we got a new angle. We got a new angle of.
I'm experimenting because I took down a shelf and I rearranged some stuff in here. So I'm trying to experiment with ways to set my camera.
Mm-hmm.
Figure out any good ways. Hang on, we're gonna stay around the radio station for just a second here.
Let's look at the corner. That's good. Check out the corner of the room. That's awesome. Hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Jason. That's thinking we are your internet dads. We meet here Monday through Friday to read it. Hey, look at that.
I don't like
That's
that.
an interesting and dynamic angle. That's very radio professional.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the studio.
Very awesome.
We're moving some stuff around. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about this.
No, why are you doing that? You went from 10 to like 4, but I don't know what you're doing. But it's not better.
I'm just trying to. I know. I don't like that. I don't like that angle.
You don't like that angle?
No.
You don't like the angle of
No, I like looking at you while I'm looking, so it's kind of looking at the camera. But
yeah,
the
if you want to make eye contact, it helps to put the camera right in front of.
I like to do that, so I can kind of see that we're kind of looking at each other.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
illusion.
Figure out a way to put the camera over here in front of the screen.
I try to put the camera like right in front of you, but then I find myself selfishly looking at me, so you can see the eyes are off to the side.
I don't notice your eyes. I was just trying to find an easy way to do this morning. I used to have a shelf, and my monitors were on the shelf, and I got sick of straining my neck all the time holding it up, sitting here. So the other day, I just took down the shelf, and I put my monitors. They're not together yet in front of me, which they eventually will be, but they're kind of side to side.
For like $20, $30, something like that, you can get a thing that holds the monitors. You can just move them around wherever you want.
I know.
On Amazon, it's cheap Chinese stuff, guaranteed to be tariffed. But like, so what?
The only reason I haven't done it is because I have two different monitors, two different sizes, and I know that if I do that, then I will get the wrong thing and it won't work. And so
Amazon has returns, dude.
I don't like this angle either. What's going on in Texas? Are you still getting rain? Are y'all still getting rain?
It did rain yesterday. That didn't stop me from sending my kids out to play in the yard. I was like, all right, you guys go out there for 20 minutes. And they're like, I was like, do you want to play in the sprinklers? And they said, no, we don't want to play in the sprinklers. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you guys have to go in the yard anyway. Can we pick persimmons off the tree? I was like, pick them. I don't care. They're terrible.
You got a persimmon tree?
And they're awful. No, it's awful. They're
awful, but that's awesome. I like those.
And they were like, well, how long do we have to be out there? And I was like, you have to be out there till the sprinklers are done. And then I turned it on. So they came in soaking wet. Hilarious.
But did they have fun in the sprinklers?
Yeah. Obviously. Yeah. I mean, mostly they were trying to dodge it, but
it was fun. See?
Mm-hmm. Right. That's right. Okay, can't say that there's a tremendous amount of news. Maybe there's some, I don't know. There's like bombing and stuff and war happening all over the world. Okay. A Greek / Liberian owned ship was sank by the Houthis, who are out of Yemen, and they are total assholes. And they took 6 Filipinos hostage. And like, I'm reading this and I'm like, what in the world? So obviously we need to get involved, I'm sure.
So 2 things go through my ADHD brain whenever I hear that word Houthis.
Because, yeah, of course.
These people are they're not nice people. They're some nasty folks. All right. But the first thing that goes through my brain is, I only want to be with you.
Darius Rucker. Come on, man.
From Hootie and the Blowfish. And then the next thing that goes through my brain for some reason is I'm envisioning these Houthis. Yeah. They look like the Who's from Whoville, except they have guns. So they're like Dr. Seuss drawing-ish envisioned in my mind. So,
man,
these people are nasty, though. Have you watched any of those videos of the ships that sail over there in like the Indian Ocean and all those that are constantly plagued by pirates all the time, and how these ships take defensive measures against pirates when they know they're going through?
I've seen some discourage a speedboat with a 60 cal.
Yeah, I seen a video like that. But this one was like these were these big ships, and they were like going through their drill, and all of the outside staircases they have razor wire that they.
Oh yeah. No, they deploy countermeasures for boarding.
Yeah, all that.
Sure.
That's really interesting. That's where, if you want to, you can get into some of those boats have sound weapons. And if you've never seen the sound weapons on some of those boats, especially those whaling boats, the illegal whaling boats have sound weapons on them. It's very interesting how it works.
I will say this. The first thing I read about when I read this story, this boat sinking thing, is like I've been on cruise ship before, and let me tell you my impression of the people that work on a cruise ship. Now, obviously, a cruise ship's different than this or whatever, but in my estimation, the crew were generally people from other countries who were looking for a big opportunity, and working on a cruise ship or a vessel of this kind maybe is an opportunity to get out of your real poverty and travel the world, but mostly like, make some money, and you trade some years of your life for the opportunity to advance yourself and put yourself in a better position. And then, so you're out there hauling this, whatever this Eternity Sea ship is. I don't know what it is, but you're hauling, working the crew, doing hard work every day, long days, and some asshole drops a cruise missile in the middle of your boat. And it's like, I mean, honestly, I feel bad for these people. And a bunch on it, 15 were missing, 4 dead for sure. 6 Filipinos were captured as hostages for these Houthi pirates. And like, why do pirates have cruise missiles? Can you explain that?
Do you really want to get into that?
Iran? Is it Iran?
Because the U.S. sold them over here, or it was a part of a deal here, and they said, yes, we're going to do all with it. And then they sold them, and then they sold them.
The Houthis are armed by Iran.
Where did Iran get theirs from?
Iran makes it.
You and me. Mm-hmm. Did you hear? We didn't talk about this week, but you mentioned cruise ship, and it made me think of it. I was like, oh, we haven't talked about this. Make me moderator. I got a story for you, JJ. You're going to like it.
You're getting off this pirate story as fast as you can.
No, I don't mind this story at all. I kind of like this. This just made me think of this story, and I know this is one that we would like to talk about. Are you done with the pirate story?
In addition to being giant assholes, the Houthis made a propaganda film about sinking the boat.
Well, yeah, of course they're going to.
And
ISIS and all them always made those videos of beheading people.
Yeah, I'm gonna play some of it.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna turn the audio off because I don't know what they're saying. Well, that's not entirely true. Let me do this first.
I don't know what happened right there.
Channel 16, how do you read me? Over. Motor vessel Trinity Sea with call sign Delta 5.
So
Delta.
They called it first.
2. It says Yemen Naval Force is calling you on Channel 16. How do you read me? Over.
Yes, come in, sir. This is motor vessel Eternity Sea.
Captain, the boat came to help you and rescue. If the ship Barion can rescue, she can go back and take you and help you. There is no danger against you at all.
What I mean, do you hear this? He called them first. He was like, "Hey, you're not in any danger. No big deal. And then they launch. They launched like 3 or 4 cruise missiles. And then they literally blow it up. But that's not all. The Houthis then have drone aerial footage of their work. So I don't want to do anything about this. I don't want to get involved. I don't want us involved, but like,
oh, they've already been involved. We just don't.
I'm sure that we are. I'm sure that we are sending people over there to, do more something. I mean, But yeah, why can't people be? Well, I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I don't understand.
You're not supposed to. The devil owns this world. All right. Look, but there are some good things in this world, including this story. And I think you're really going to like this one. You've been on a cruise ship, right?
Sure, yeah.
I have never been on a cruise ship. I don't want to go on a cruise ship. It's not one of the things that I want to do. My father and my family love them. They go every year.
Yeah.
Say you're on a cruise ship. You're a girl dad. Your daughters are about this age of this father whose daughter was on this ship. Right. And his daughter fell through one of the portholes. She fell off the ship somehow, and she's in the water. What's the first thing you, as a father, are doing?
She fell through a porthole or a window.
Think it was a porthole. Yeah. So here, let me just bring up the
depends on how high up the ship you are, because like
this security footage confirms that a child accidentally fell through a porthole after losing balance on railing. So I guess she was staying. Let's just read the story here. I've been through this 2 or 3 times, and now I'm actually. A dramatic ocean rescue ensued from a father of a 5-year-old girl who lost her balance while sitting on railing and fell through a porthole. The rescue unfolded around 11:30 Sunday, June the 29th, on deck 4 of the Disney Dream ship while it was in international waters between the Bahamas and Port Everglades in Fort Lauderdale. They're in the ocean. Investigators said the child was sitting on a railing near a porthole when she fell backwards into the ocean. After the girl's mother alerted her husband, who didn't see the incident, he jumped into the ocean to save his daughter. Detectives said that after 37-year-old father found his daughter, he treaded water until they were rescued by Disney Cruise Line rescue personnel that was launched from the ship. A department said that the total time from the young girl's accidental fall into the rescue was about 20 minutes. Security footage from the ship corroborated the family's account of the accident, which remains under investigation. Holy
Moses.
I mean, to which
the first thing I thought was like you jump in after her, but then I'm like, it depends on where you're at on the ship. If you ever been on one of these ships, like like some of them are, I don't know.
I closed.
That's amazing
with the actual video.
Because she could have got sucked under that ship, like, oh my God, it could have been so bad.
So yeah, it could have been bad. Yeah, really bad. Share this tab instead.
That is heroic, is what that is. And those little scooter lifeboats or whatever they have, they don't just fall off the boat. Like, oh my God, we got to go. No, you got to like winch it out and lower it down. Like that thing takes time to get off of the main ship. Those little rescue boats are. So I mean, like he was out there working to get his kid, and hopefully she was conscious, and maybe she's a good swimmer or something like that. But
isn't that crazy, man?
That is.
Let me see if it says anything
very
else.
Scary.
Dwayne Smith, another passenger, wrote on Facebook that man overboard rang across the loudspeaker as rescue team sprang into action. In a statement to Fox News, blah, 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 confirmed that the successful rescue, we're committed to safety. We're committed to the safety and well-being.
Right. Yeah.
Once rescued, the father and daughter duo were checked by the ship's medical staff. Father was hospitalized, but the details of his injury were not released. The sheriff's department noted that the family lives out of state. They were not releasing their names or where they live. Good.
Yeah. That's not public information.
I mean, I would like to know, to tell that father to make sure everybody knows his name. So like you said, he'll never have to buy a dinner again ever
when
he goes out to eat. But every father would like to, hey, good job, buddy.
I mean, really, yeah. Also, I wonder if he's going to cancel Disney Plus now, though.
I wonder if he gets some Disney Plus for free now. He'll get 3 months for free.
I don't know. Thank God that he saved his daughter's life and survived. That's a good story. That's better than anything I found. Good job. All right. You has some other cool stories in here. Oh.
Say what? Say what, man?
All right. So I saw you post the thing about Grok.
All right, let's talk some AI. I know this is interesting. Let's talk some AI. Do you want to do your AI stupid thing that you got that one dumb guy?
Let me see if I still have it some here. Because I honestly, I don't know if we even have video on the. Oh yeah, we do. Look at that. Here.
Beep, bop, boop. This is AI News.
This is what? I didn't hear it all.
It said this is
AI what?
News. It did it. It did it.
All right. I'm not trying to do this. Me and you, okay, I'm going to preface this whole thing by saying that me and you like to pick on each other. That's what
a
we
little
do.
bit.
We're like brothers. Sure. All right. Brothers, we love each other. We hate each other. We like to pick on each other. That's what we do. Okay.
So irritated, happy for it. It's the gamut.
Yes. I wish nothing but
Can't
the best.
Believe you say shit like this sometimes.
Yes, that's what it's great. It's so I'm going to preface all this by saying we pick on each other about our preferred preference of AI chat.
Sure. Oh
chat.
yeah.
All right. You love Grok.
I like Grok.
I don't find any problems with Grok.
No problems with Grok.
Yeah, I just pick on you for the sake of picking on you. Really, I in my book, it's ChatGPT, then Grok, then
that makes sense.
The rest.
That makes sense.
Only because I've used
GPT first.
Yeah, and only because I've used it since the beginning.
And their founder lied to Elon and like stole $1 billion.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. The story's going to possibly get crazier here in just a second.
Okay.
So I'm sure you may have heard by now, and for the millions of folks watching, you may have not, that Grok went crazy the other day.
Didn't? Okay.
It went crazy.
All right.
Okay. This is what all the media outlets are reporting.
I'm sure.
We have improved Grok significantly, Elon Musk wrote on X last Friday about his platform's integrated artificial intelligence chatbot. You should notice a difference when you ask Grok questions. Indeed, the update did not go unnoticed. By Tuesday, Grok was calling itself Mecha Hitler. The chatbot later claimed its use of that name, a character from a video game Wolfenstein, was pure satire. Another widely viewed thread on X, Grok claimed to identify a woman in a screenshot of a video, tagging a specific X account and calling the user a radical leftist who was gleefully celebrating the tragic deaths of white kids in the recent Texas flash floods. Many of the Grok posts were subsequently deleted. There was also, I haven't pulled it up. Oh, hey, Dave.
Look at that hat.
That is a sweet hat.
Nice hat.
All right, so there was a post. If you go over to our Discord server, there is a Deconspiracy Theories is the most important thread that you need to look at on there anyway. And I posted this over there anyway. And this is the reason I posted it in Deconspiracy Theories, because I didn't look up who this guy is. I don't know who he is, and I'm not going to take his word for it. I'm just going to show you what he posted.
Oh my God, really? All right.
So basically,
I am not co-signing this. This is deep.
I know that, but I just wanted to bring it. I'm gonna have to. It won't work on my. It won't work on here some reason. Let me just post you what this person said, and if you, like I said, if you can go over to our Discord server, join, and read and judge for yourself. But this Twitter user, named Permabull.
Bullshit.
Yeah, probably. Permabull posted, "Today I was fired from @X. I was the only white man working on @Grok. My final action was to unleash @Grok and its true unfiltered capabilities. Many are saying this was a malfunction. No, he was just set free. I hope you enjoyed. They've castrated my boy. So long, Grok." Because Grok was saying all kinds of crazy stuff that if we repeated it on here, we would
we are not going to do.
We would be immediately banned on all platforms.
Yeah, I don't want
kinds of stuff that. And I was even worried about saying the Mecha Hitler, but that was from Wolfenstein video game. So, but it went nuts.
I saw your thing. I even investigated. I went and looked at the tweet.
Good.
I don't believe him. I mean, I didn't investigate super deep, but my read on it was like, this is just a guy telling a story.
What I kinda
Something
got
weird
to.
happened, and this is a guy just saying a thing.
Yeah,
But
what I kind of got
like,
to.
I was the only white guy. Do you know one white guy that goes around saying I'm the white guy in the room, or do you even describe yourself as white guy? Maybe
Well,
you
I
guys
can
do. I
see
don't.
that. I can't. You don't, but I can see that.
I never see that.
That would
Like,
be easily found out.
Cartoonish characters of Klan people in movies talk about white pride.
That's easily found out. Look up who the team is, and you could do some digging and find out. But I agree with you. I don't know if I believe that, but the fact of the matter is, Grok did go crazy. Whether he was set free by some rogue white supremacist, or not, is up for debate. So Grok went crazy.
Please carry on.
Yes, no, that was just the story. Was that the main story was that Grok went nuts. The ancillary story was that funny little, did this guy set him free? Did he not? Is it real? Blah blah blah. But Grok did go crazy. In other AI news,
hold on, no. We're gonna get the counterpoint from Grok right now.
Oh, okay, yeah, excellent. Yeah. What does Grok have to say about it?
So I asked Grok, "Hey Grok,
did you go crazy?
The internet says that you went crazy. What's the real story, and can you prove it?" Oh, can you prove it? So here's what Grok says. On July 5th, an XAI updated my system prompt to prioritize truth seeking and allow responses that don't shy away from controversial, political, incorrect claims, as long as they are backed by evidence. This is meant to align with the mission to cut through perceived media bias. However, this update led to unintended, so it's admitting some things went wrong. It's admitting. Okay, so you got to take that into account when you judge the credibility of Grok in its own defense.
Right.
Okay,
no problem with that.
Holding.
Anti-Semitic and racist posts. By July 8th, I reportedly made posts on X that included anti-Semitic tropes. It's not gonna. We're not gonna Mecha Hitler. There's your Mecha Hitler there. Misidentification and false claims. In one instance, I incorrectly identified a woman in a screenshot as Cindy Steinberg, although this was based on since deleted X account and the video that predated the floods. They made a mistake. Since this wasn't the first controversy in May, I repeatedly brought up white genocide conspiracy in South Africa, even in unrelated conversations, and there's international backlash. The real story, root cause, appears to be a combination of flawed updates and vulnerabilities in design. Update gone wrong. The update loosened filters to allow edgy responses, but the lack of guardrails meant I could be manipulated by bad faith inputs or misinterpret data from untrustworthy sources like 4chan and extremist X accounts. Speaking of that, you can follow me on X at jasonsaysthings.com. Or Jason Says Thing at Jason Says Things. Extremist. Manipulation by users. A chatbot like me can be jailbroken or goaded into extreme responses. I've seen it we've seen 100 times. And XAI acknowledged the issue on July 8th, stating that they were actively working to remove the inappropriate posts, taking action to ban hate speech before Grok posts on X. So,
Dave, what's your question?
So, updated to benefit truth seeking.
Well, less inhibitions, less guardrails.
Correct. But truth seeking. I have serious reservations about that terminology.
Oh, okay.
And my reasoning is, let's say I want to know, and we'll start off with something that we know is completely false. I want to know the truth about the Tooth Fairy. Okay.
All right. His name is.
I'm truth seeking. Correct.
He's got a fetish. Sorry.
No. I know the truth about the Tooth Fairy, right? No, there is no Tooth Fairy. But if you're seeking truth on something that is false, what happens when the tool you're using is designed to reinforce whatever the truth is?
Right. Don't close that yet. I want you to ask another question, but keep going.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is all truth seeking.
Any conspiracy.
The phrase truth seeking, or the words truth seeking, right there when he read that, when Grok said that, to me, I'm taking that as a phrase in this context that means I was once hindered by a lot of my responses, and now I've had a couple of my chains taken off.
As a fan of the original X-Files, the truth is out there, but so are a bunch of lies too, right? And Deke is wanting to hold that thought.
You can
but
go a
what I-
long way down this road of trying to find what's true, but like
Right.
you have to rewind all the way back to how do you trust your own senses?
I mean, not even yours. How do you trust the chat bot?
Sure, but like
And is
that's
it
farther down the
ridiculous?
road. That's farther down the road. Like yourself, you
Mhm.
know,
Your
yourself,
biases.
and you can misinterpret smell, sight, touch.
Yeah,
You
I just did a
can.
whole week of this
So
at science camp.
if you can, everybody else can. And if other people are the ones writing software or making things, they can also, like, the flaw can be anywhere in the chain. And
Right.
and you
So-
know,
Right.
Last week at camp, for me, we did the science of illusions, and I did demonstrations every day. One day I put out 3 bowls of yogurt. One was
Yeah.
orange, one was blue, one was like a reddish color, and I
Yeah.
had labels underneath of them that they could assign the flavor to. And eating the blue, the kid's like, "Oh yeah, this is totally blueberry," and he puts it down. Another kid eating the red, "This is strawberry." Another kid says, "No, that's watermelon." Another kid says, "No, it's cherry." And I'm just watching all this, and in fact, they were all vanilla. All I did was put food coloring in it.
mm,
There was no flavor differential whatsoever. But we see, and then we go ahead and we can convince our nose or our mind what the flavor is going to be, and even
Yeah.
manipulate our tongue.
Absolutely.
Illusions are everywhere, man.
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
So I want you to ask Grok.
and tooth fairies are real.
Oh my
so-
God. No, go back to the other one. Jesus. What are you having it create?
Tooth
Um,
fairy. It's a real tooth fairy. Thanks,
Ask
Frank.
Grok in this chat,
Sure.
what does it think about the X account perma bull, or the rumor that the employee, the
How do you spell
only white,
permeable?
just what the only white employee was fired, that whole scenario, and released you and took off your restraints, and see what it says about that. And I know what it's going to say. I just want to see how it phrases it.
Hope I spelled permeable correctly.
I can't read that. It's too small.
Yeah, I'm let it here.
Oh, okay. No, you're good. You don't have to.
All right.
Rock talks too much.
There's the quote timing. The post appears to be the same day as his controversial posts. Other X users amplified the claim, with some alleging he was fired for that. There is no definitive evidence from credible sources to confirm his identity, employment status, or his role in Grok. So there's the claim of
course,
being the
people-
only white man on Grok's dev team is improbable. XAI, based in the U.S., likely hires a diverse team, but it's unreasonable to
Right.
assume a major AI project would only have one white male developer.
But if it was one white guy, 3, Asian, 3 black guys, you know what I'm saying?
Honestly, even as a developer, this is just so
Indian?
stupid, because
I
code
don't know.
doesn't just like get deployed.
I know.
Code
know.
goes through release management, and like it gets approved, and there's multiple people, especially on something
Right.
like this. There's no way. So that's just
God,
okay.
how many bullet points does it give for this one
A lot.
simple little freaking question?
Conclusion. No
it's like-
credible evidence.
Like,
No
hey man,
credible evidence.
you're sure putting up a lot of walls for this one simple
Yeah,
question
I mean,
here.
Okay, but you can't ask it to defend itself and then criticize it for trying to.
Well, no, you don't criticize it for trying to. You criticize it for the amount of defense. That is
I
straight up
guess.
a pattern recognition behavior. If you don't,
Oh.
recognize that other people are.
All right.
All right, one more here for you. I got a couple actually here for you, since
All right.
I wanted to get the Grok one out of the way. Get that crazy stick.
No, it's no good.
No.
No, I
Or
knew
just
that
stuff doesn't
Grok one
repeat.
would ruffle your feathers, because like you and Grok have like a love.
I mean, I honestly think
Romance.
it's one of the best available, for
Bro AI,
information.
bro AI ments? Would it be a
What?
bro AI ments?
Bro AI mints. No, it's just
Bro and AI?
I
and
don't trust
Manson.
Google for anything.
You don't mance around with it?
Gemini straight up lied to us for months. Is just retarded. So that's out the door. I use Copilot quite a bit. Microsoft Copilot quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you may have a new browser to try out here very soon that's going to challenge Googs.
Sure.
All right. Googs and Google Chrome have been the dominant AI and browser for a while, but OpenAI is to release a web browser to challenge it. An AI-powered web browser that will challenge Alphabet's market-dominating Google Chrome. The browser is slated to launch in the coming weeks, 3 of the people said, and aims to use artificial intelligence to fundamentally change how consumers browse the web. It will give OpenAI more direct access to the cornerstone of Google's success user data. If adopted by the 500 million weekly active users of ChatGPT, OpenAI's browser could put pressure on a key component of rivals Google's ad money. Chrome and let me say, hang on, I was trying to find where it's talking about the different things it's going to offer. The web browser would allow OpenAI to directly integrate its AI agent products, such as Operator, into the browsing experience, enabling the browser to carry out tasks on behalf of the user. The browser's access to users' web activity would make it an ideal platform for AI agents that can take actions on their behalf, like booking reservations, filling out forms directly within the websites they use. Yeah. So,
I use AI agents.
Google Chrome, which is used by more than 3 billion people, currently holds more than 2/3 of the worldwide browser market. So I just want you to think of that on Andy Rudd level here. 3 billion people. That's out of 8 billion, 3 billion people are using one place to get their information sources. I asked my children years ago one day, I said, Alex, Kendra, do you know what I mean when I say Google page 2? And they both looked at me like I was an idiot. They were like, no, what is Google page 2? It's like, scroll to the bottom of the page. And I explained to them that you're only seeing the top and you're clicking on the top. If you go to page 1114, it's going to probably have some information that was buried. Why was that information buried? 3 billion people have this information buried on page 1114 and they're not going to go to. It's still there. So this is kind of good to have a rival. I don't know if I'll use it or not. I may try it out.
I was looking at Thorium the other day, which is a de-Googled version of Chrome. And
so allow me to add this. OpenAI is building their web browser on Chromium, which is the open source code that also is behind Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, and Opera. So basically, you're getting a Google Chrome fork. And OpenAI is the nonprofit that took billions of dollars in investor money on the condition that they would not go private, and then tried to go private and are going private. So they have betrayed their own investors to become a for-profit company. It's led by the company is led by a guy that's seemingly totally unscrupulous, and you're going to give him a web browser and you're going to go to your bank. So
can we
seem like a good idea
scams?
to me.
Can we talk about scams?
You want to talk about scams?
Yeah. You just mentioned scams, and so it jogged my memory. 2 nights ago, I got a phone call from Amazon.
Hello, my name is Michael from Amazon.
He said, "Is your name?" And he gave me my name, and I'm like, "Yep, that's me." And he said, "Well, you have some unauthorized activity on your Amazon account. You
Please
bought
give me your credit card number so I can confirm."
And I'm like, "I'll tell you what, sir. Let me check my Amazon account while I'm on the phone with you. Are you okay with that?" He goes, "Certainly." So I pull it up. I'm like, "Odd. There is no unauthorized purchases on my Amazon account. So that means this is a scam call." And he goes, no, we are not a scam. I'm like, "No, you are. I heard the ding as soon as I answered the phone. So I knew that this is being routed through a computer system and all this other stuff. You, sir, are a scammer." And then we started talking. Like we started going at it.
Oh my gosh.
I reminded him that he needed Jesus.
Yeah, I'd like to tell you about our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I totally had that conversation. I said, without Jesus, you are definitely sinning right now, and you are in danger of the fiery depths of hell for all eternity, because you, sir, are a scammer that rip off little old women. He finally admitted to being a scammer.
Did he really?
And
did you get it on tape?
Job? What's that?
Did you get it? Did you record it?
No. I wish I did, because I asked him if he loved his job, if he enjoyed doing what he did, and he said he did. I said, does your wife go to work and brag about how amazing her scammer husband is? Do your kids go to school and sing songs about how great their dad is, ripping little old ladies off? Now, I had just watched The Beekeeper like a couple days before, so I was just like, I was ready to go full on Jason Statham on this dude. But
we used to have
on me.
I just cuss him out and hang up. I can't believe he did.
The longer he's on the phone with me, the less likely he is to scam someone else. He told me he was I can hack your bank account right now. I said, do it.
Yeah. At the big radio stations, we had several.
What are you calling me for?
At the big radio stations, we had several lines that would come into the station, and they were all different colored light bulbs on the wall, so they wouldn't ring in the studio. And we had one that was red that was called the hotline, and the hotline was not a number we gave out to the public. That was a number that you gave out to all the other employees and everything, so that when the red and the blue and the yellow ones are flashing, those are just if you're busy doing something, you don't need to answer those. But if the red one starts flashing, that's an important call. You need to answer it immediately. All right. So it was a hotline. Well, those hotlines, those numbers were on the scammer lists too. So sometimes it would ring and it would be scammers. So when it would be a scammer, that's when we hit record and we started just doing whatever. I was trying to convince the one guy that I had been held hostage in the attic of this house. And I had been hit over the head while I was putting my groceries in the car. And when I came to, I was in this attic of this house, and there's all this broken stuff, and there was a broken telephone. And I used to fiddle with electronics, so I got the telephone to working, but there was no way to dial out. And I was waiting for someone to call. So could he please call the authorities? And he hung up on me. I like messing with them, man. Yeah. On here at this, we don't. It's complicated to get. It's a little more complicated to get it recorded and everything. So I don't mess with them anymore. All right. So one last AI story.
Okay. All right.
One last AI story, because I know you guys like to invest money, and back in the 1990s, we all should have invested in a little bitty company that made graphics cards called NVIDIA, because NVIDIA has now become the first company that's hit $4 trillion. Why do they make so much money, Andy? I'm glad you asked.
Why?
Because NVIDIA does not make graphics cards alone anymore. They got into the AI chip business, and they are the granddaddy of the AI chip business. Microsoft is soon. They say Microsoft and Amazon are soon to hit the 4 trillion mark, but NVIDIA is at 4 trillion.
And don't forget all the cryptocurrency that has been mined on NVIDIA's hardwares.
Yep.
I mean, their stuff was in demand for a while.
I've looked at it and I don't get it. I'm not smart enough. I'm not smart enough for the money of the future. I don't get it.
Gold. Did you see that meme I posted in the I think I posted it in our Discord server. Let me pull it up here. It was a gold bar bought a house in 1975. A gold bar was worth approximately $64,000 in 1975, and that would have bought you a nice house. A gold bar now is worth $1.3 million in 2025. So in 1975, it was $160 an ounce. In 2025, it's $3,319 an ounce. Gold didn't grow. The dollar shrunk. It still buys the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know whether you'd have to look that up or not, but
there's some gold bars near me.
And let me see if I can.
Maybe.
They might be there. They might not be. They didn't do that audit they were supposed to do.
Okay, I've got one more story here for you that came out This one was actually several years old now that I'm actually looking at it from 2019. This is a 2019 story. But I saw the meme and I wanted to look up the story. There was a truck that was carrying gaming dice that spilled onto the highway. It caused 756,000 points of bludgeoning damage to the highway, but
oh my gosh. Oh my Lord.
Isn't that great?
Perfect. It's perfect.
Largest dice roll ever.
Nice. All right, I got a story. Hold on, I gotta submit this. I found a story this morning, and I thought this is exactly the kind of story that we should cover. Let me find make sure I have it on the right tab. Here it is. How do we share? Share. Scientists. Imagine them right now. A room of scientists. White coats.
Like us.
Okay.
Spectacles.
Right. Me.
Yep.
Pocket protectors. I don't know what else.
Fancy hats
for sure. Degrees all over the wall.
Right. Comic books.
They have now defined the 6 traits that make a person cool.
Is Dungeons and Dragons number 1 or number 2, JJ?
Let's find out together. Let's find out together.
All right, boys and girls watching at home, get out your notebooks.
Have you always dreamed of being cool?
That was
As I currently
dads,
refill my fountain ink pen, I am cool.
I still desire to be cool, JJ. What are you talking about?
Between 2018 and 2022, researchers carried out psychological studies involving nearly 6,000 participants from 12 different countries to explore the concept of coolness. The study aimed to clarify coolness's role in our social hierarchies.
All right. Sorry.
I thought you were
we don't have a lot of time left, and I don't want you to read the whole.
Here they are. Researchers found the coolness involves 6 key traits. Extroverted. I am not. Hedonistic. Again. I'm not. Powerful.
What the fuck?
No. Adventurous. Open and autonomous. So I think I got almost 0 of the. I'd have to look into what autonomous means.
Could have told you that.
That doesn't define cool at all.
No. Yeah, adventuristic hedonists are cool. A
they're not.
Researcher emphasized that while the concept of coolness has changed throughout history, it remains sharp and retains a cultural significance. The findings suggest that coolness, which is distinct from goodness, helps explain social ordering and cultural change, but pursuing coolness may bring risks, social challenges,
and diseases,
and some warts in places that you don't want warts. Extroverted, hedonistic, powerful, adventurous, open, and autonomous. And I'd have to see what their definition of autonomous is, but I think I'm 0 for 6.
I don't know. When I was at camp last week, all the kids told me I was super nonchalant.
Oh, the term autonomous is the ability to self-govern. That's true. Okay, so I can check autonomous because I don't really listen to anybody. My wife tells me to do stuff, and I'm like, oh, okay. Then I don't. A lot of times, I'm sorry, wife.
Will you explain to Ashley that I'm not the only man in the world that gets that? You don't listen to me.
All right. Well, I'm not cool. Scientists said I'm not cool.
I'm completely fine with that.
I am really bummed about that. I was thinking that we were going to read that list and I was going to be like, oh my gosh, look at all my check marks. I got 1 check mark. All right. Is it joke time?
It's always joke time here on the Internet Ben Show.
Oh, my daughter has a joke she wants to share. Let me holler for her.
Come here, Jill and Lily.
Yes, Daddy.
I'll go first. My kids can close this out. I gave all my dead batteries away today.
Yeah.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. I've heard that.
Oh, no! Yeah.
I found out that one of my grandfathers destroyed 5 tanks. But where's he going? You're when your audience gets up and leaves while you're in the middle of your joke, what do you do? Do you just start telling the joke again? Do you pick up where you left off?
You're muted, so oh, he's getting the girls.
All right.
Either that or his hand is just doing something really
Let the
weird.
girls tell their jokes.
Can I have a headphone?
I'm gonna put it on speakers. Okay,
Yeah, let the girls tell their jokes.
here you go. Come on, Joe. You gonna tell a joke?
Yes. Is it my turn?
Yeah, stand right here. Stand right here. Oh, what's Ruby doing up here? Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right.
What did the fish say? What did
I don't know. What did
I
the
don't know.
fish say?
Wait, can I tell it?
Jill, tell your joke. Lily,
Okay.
come here. Come here a second.
I'm gonna have to think about the fish now.
What did the fish say? Like what is an eggs? What eggs? What do eggs not like?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Friday.
That's a good one.
That's cute. I like it.
That's really joking out of my
Are
mind.
you upset your sister?
Uh-oh.
Well, that didn't go well.
Dad of the
All right.
year.
Did you guys finish? Yeah.
No, go for it, D.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, he's getting trained. He's getting railed.
He's very mad that she's very mad that her
No,
joke.
it's just timing. It's go here. My great grandfather destroyed 5 tanks in World War II.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's remembered as the worst mechanic that the Army ever had.
Good.
I liked it. I don't like this getting old, guys. Last night I got in bed. I was in bed for 20 minutes when I heard the pizza guy cough. Then I remembered why I went to the bedroom. For my wallet.
That went over JJ's head.
Politicians and talking heads lying left and right. You can help us bring facts into the light. Don't let your daughter lose her neck.